Buses aren't like they used to be. Let me show you how much they've changed and why they're more exciting than you might think. I'm Ollie from Primary Engineer. It's great to be with you. Now, lots of buses have now gone electric. They run on batteries instead of diesel fuel, which means we really are living in the future. But don't take my word for it. Here's Sam McWalter, Engineering Director for South Scotland at Stagecoach. He showed me the difference between an older diesel bus and a flashy new electric bus.
So this is the engine compartment of a 15-year-old diesel vehicle. As you can see, a big engine lump in there. It's got the cooling fans and things in here and multiple surrounding components to make it all work. And this is the compartment of one of our new electric vehicles. As you can see, massive difference to what I just showed you with an older diesel vehicle. Made out of computer units, battery packs and cables. Far cleaner, but obviously the safety measures are really important.
Did you see how different they are? The electric bus has fewer noisy, oily parts and lots of clever technology inside. If you haven't been on a bus in a while, or if you've never been on a bus before, Sam says they really have changed a lot over the years.
Well, there's a massive change. You know, I think the fleet now in the modern buses look a lot slicker. In older buses, certainly when I started, everything was covered in pop rivets and all individual panels. Whereas now everything's sort of stretch panels. It's, you know, a lot sleeker. Again, in terms of passenger experience, I think access is probably the biggest thing. Far more accessible for young families, you know, with children, buggies, prams. You know, disabled access is obviously night and day to where it was 20 years ago. So a lot of children have never used the bus. So I would really encourage the younger children to jump on the bus, use it. It's a cleaner way to travel, it's a safer way to travel, it's a comfier way to travel. I think the vehicles now, you know, compared to 20 years ago, the technologies is massively different. I think a child would be sort of gobsmacked at what they see. So obviously vehicles now have got far more mod cons on them. We've got stop bells on every seat. We've got USB chargers on every seat. I'm quite a tall guy, and as you can see, I've got plenty of headspace to walk up and down the gangway. That's a step change to where we were 20 years ago. You know, I think if I remember back when I was younger, even at a young age, I was still crouched trying to get up and down the bus. We've got high back leather seats, which gives everyone a far comfier journey. And again, you know, a feature that's just been added to public transport is the next stop announcements. So if you turn around, you'll be able to see that feature on the front of the vehicle here. And that notifies the passengers of where the vehicles will be stopping next, and it gives drivers an idea also. Instead of a gear stick, which you'll be used to seeing, these vehicles have got a push button, so you can, you know, press D to go forward and R to go back. They have an adjustable steering wheel and dashboard, which can come right up or right down. They have an electric fan, and a massive feature in the new electric vehicles is electric mirrors. So you don't have, you know, the big mirrors sticking out the sides anymore. It's all electric. Obviously the horn. If I could press the right button. And then we've got the ticket machine and obviously the car protection screen. And again, a rarity on vehicles now, but all the new electric vehicles come with electric handbrake. So obviously one of the biggest changes now is we're on a journey to be exchanging our fuel tanks for electric chargers. Again, a big step change for the staff. So we have a shunting team here that historically have taken the vehicles through the bus wash. They would fuel them up, they would top up the oil levels, they would top up the coolant levels. None of that needs to happen anymore. It's simply bring the vehicles in, wash them, park them in the bay, and then plug them in. Very straightforward and easy, clean, safe, and then it goes. And that's that.
Cleaner, safer, quieter. That's good news for passengers and for the engineers who fix the buses. You see, fixing electric buses is very different from fixing diesel ones.
So a lot of people always ask, is it a cleaner job now? And the answer is yes, it's significantly more cleaner. There is less moving parts, there are less fluids to change, and you don't have the big dirty diesel engine in the back or in the middle. So for engineers, it's important that the diagnostic equipment's right. There's a lot of diagnostics involved, so the training is really important, and we need to make sure that we support our engineers moving forward with manufacturers training so that we can continue to produce a reliable, safe product.
So, electric buses are a bit like giant computers on wheels. Could you imagine being the engineer who keeps all that technology working? Next, I asked Sam about some of the most exciting moments in his job.
So, exciting moments working at Stagecoach, there's been a lot, to be honest. As I say, nearly 24 years in. Against one of the big things is the amount of variation, the amount of opportunities that I've had since joining the business from such a young age. Working with loads of really great people has helped. We support a lot of big events, so such as, I think a key one for me was the London Olympics. That was a massive event which Stagecoach committed a lot of vehicles for and a lot of people to. So being asked to lead one of those project teams in terms of engineering support was a real key achievement for me and the engineers that worked for me. We delivered it successfully. It was a great experience.
Now, I want to introduce you to someone else as well. Connor is a workshop manager at Stagecoach, and after a bit of a warm-up,
how now, Brown?
he was ready to go.
Some exciting moments I've had at my career at Stagecoach. I was going to see the EDL factory, see where all they do the testing for the new buses, and getting to see all different markets and what they require. So in Canada, the different bumpers, etc., they have to fit to your standard buses. It was quite interesting to see. And I suppose just the day-to-day of life being different and at work. Another interesting part is getting to go out to college events and getting to speak to young people interested in engineering and getting to speak about personal experiences and what the job involves and try and get the message across to younger folk to try and get into engineering. A good way for young people to get into engineering is through modern apprenticeships. They provide great learning and hands-on training, and you also get to go to college, which you would get anyway, but with the added benefit of actually working in a real workshop, working with engineers and just gaining knowledge from more experienced individuals, and also you get paid to learn, so that was a big benefit for me.
And Connor told me what he was like when he was your age.
When I was a kid, I really enjoyed cars and everything to do with cars and vehicles in general. My whole life revolved around them actually, every waking moment of my day. So getting to actually work on and learn about how vehicles work and what goes on behind them to get them to their destination really helped me choose my career at Stagecoach. And yeah, every day is different, so I get to learn more about the passion I love, so yeah. When I was at high school, I really found English, maths and physics were my strong suit. So I focused on them and managed to get some hires behind me in English and maths and physics, and I found that really benefited me in getting my apprenticeship.
Finally, Sam and Connor share their advice for you, the young engineers in the making.
The advice I give young engineers is to not look over school and realise how important it is to get qualifications behind you and all the work experience you can get to really decide what career you want. I've had multiple work experiences and realised I didn't want to pursue them, which made me focus on getting my apprenticeship as a mechanical/electrical engineer and helped me work my way through to become a workshop manager now. So focus on school and focus on really what you want to do and take advantage of work experience opportunities when you can.
My advice would be to stick in at school. Try and do as best you can. You only get one chance at it. Try and take everything that you can out of school. Give yourself the best chance possible to have a successful career. And if you get the opportunity, come and work for us at Stagecoach and work on our new electric fleet.
That's exciting. Sam has invited you to come and work on Stagecoach's new electric fleet. Who knows how futuristic they will be when you're ready to start work. Before you go, here's a challenge. Come up with 3 ideas to make buses of the future even better. Could they have play areas inside or clean the air as they drive? Chat about your ideas with your classmates. It has been so much fun to be with you today. And remember, if you were an engineer, what would you do?